because of course we do. Tinker is halfway on the screen. Hey Tinker, get all the way on the screen. And now we wait for the world to realize that we're live. I know. I could put on the cute little video, but you guys are cuter. Puck is literally just off camera. Come on, get over there. I may or may not have figured out the trick to get Puck and Tinker on camera at the same time. Just adjusting my mic a little. So hello everyone. I totally see familiar faces in chat. You guys are all just lurking. Lurk, lurk, lurk. Lurky, lurk, lurk. So yes, hello. It is Sunday. And my dogs know what this sound is. What? What? Yeah? Are you gonna be the cutest puppy ever? Are you gonna be the cutest puppy ever? I don't think that did it. Maybe it did. Yeah, it did. How am I in voice chat? I'm on our Discord, and in our Discord, I was on voice chat. How? How does that happen? I blame a thing I have. But I was wondering about that earlier, which is why I just leave myself muted and deafened. Because that way if I accidentally join, I'm not annoying anybody with dog barking. So, hello. We have both Tinker and Puck on camera. Puck is the white fluffy one. Yes, I said your name. You're gonna be cute. Let's see if I can... Yeah, extreme close up. Extreme close up. Okay, not so close. You're blocking Tinker. He's like, yes, but this is how I get treats. This is totally how I get treats. So yeah, Puck is the white fluffy one, and Tinker's the black and tan dachshund. And the sun just went behind a cloud, so there's not a lot of light over there. And I am purposely throwing them at Tinker because I'm trying to get him to back up. Back up! I mean, I guess we could do this. Move the camera this way. There we go. So how is everybody today? Because I know I'm not muted because I'm watching my thing on the bottom of the screen go off. So how is everybody on this glorious, glorious Sunday? Are y'all awake? Because for once I am. I think I've recovered from going out to St. Louis, and I think I've recovered from having my nephew over, which is just hilarious. It's always hilarious, but he only spends one night at a time here for reasons. Because reasons. And yeah. And soon, very soon, I get ready to go to Seattle. And tomorrow I'm covering the New Horizons stuff. I'm going to be tag teaming it with Pamela. That should be fun. So I keep watch all the thingies happen. Do 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 do. Guess I can turn up my volume a bit, huh? That might help. So I apologize in advance if my dogs bark, because that's what they do. Barky bark 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 bark. Bark all the barks. Aw, don't you look pretty, Tinkerbell? Don't you look pretty? I was adjusting my gain on my microphone, and I think I just need to stop touching. Just stop touching. No more touching. I always feel awkward when I start super early and there's nobody to chat with me, because I'm like, oh yeah, things and stuff. So yeah, if you haven't tuned in for a while, or you missed the other night's craziness with my nephew, you may have noticed that our donations bars creeped up a bit. We are definitely over halfway to our goal. We realize that we won't reach our goal, but this is still 3 months' salary of extremely part-time, which is better than nothing. It is a non-zero number. And that's the important part, is that it's a non-zero number. Have some more treats, doggos. They really, really like it when I stream. More housekeeping stuff. I won't be streaming for the next 2 weeks. So that's what, the 16th? Let me pull up my calendar real quick. Or no, not the 16th. The 6th and the 13th. I won't be streaming because I'll be in Seattle. I am going to AAS with Dr. Pat Durrell. And I'm told it's not as big as AGU, so it shouldn't be as overwhelming. Convention center for AGU is like 2 whole city blocks. The video with the poster hall I really should upload to YouTube of just me walking to where the posters were. Hey, Navitas Veritas. I probably slaughtered your name, and I apologize for that. I don't think I've seen you around before. I'm Annie. My dogs, who are not on camera right now. The white one is Puck. That's who's on camera. And there's a tiny black one named Tinkerbell. Excuse me. Anytime that somebody donates bits or my Steam Labs or Streamlabs alerts go off, I throw Cheerios at them. Hey, Walker, how you doing? Yeah, they're not the greatest at sitting and staring at the camera until they are. So that's Tinker on camera right now. She found a Cheerio that Puck missed. And I figured out a while ago that the best way to get her... Yep, see, there she'll do. The best way to get her on camera is to put her bed right there. So, Navitas Veritas, I am probably slaughtering that, and I apologize, asks, what's CosmoQuest and what's your relationship with Astronomy Cast? That's a great question. CosmoQuest is a place where you can come and do citizen science. And we also try to put science on the break. Oh my... Sorry about that. My dogs are jumpy. Yeah. We're your portal to citizen science. You can come and do science, and that science is pretty simple. Pretty much everybody can do it. You're circling craters. It sounds boring, but it's super, super important. Because machines are terrible at this, and we don't want rovers falling into craters. And one day I will finish that animation, and you will all see what I'm talking about. So, yes. CosmoQuest is operated by Dr. Pamela, who is the co-host of Astronomy Cast. And I am obviously not Dr. Pamela. I am one of the people that is employed through CosmoQuest. And yeah, the NASA grant funding affects me too, because now I'm strongly considering finding yet another source of income. Yeah, Pamela is busy rebuilding the Astronomy Cast website right now. She's going to be working on the CosmoQuest website. But yeah, Dr. Pamela is a co-host of Astronomy Cast, and CosmoQuest is her baby that has been around since 2011. And Ward Beecher Planetarium has been essentially associated with CosmoQuest very loosely, but still associated from the beginning. So we asked, by we I mean Dr. Feldmeyer of Ward Beecher Planetarium really wanted Pamela to do the voiceover for Cosmic Castaways, and he asked her to do it, and this is how I essentially ended up working for CosmoQuest. The story is much longer, but that's the short version. So, I'm gonna look at chat real quick, and hey Larry, welcome. Walker says, wait, you're still working on that? Yes. Yes, I am, Walker. I don't want to talk about it. We'll chat about it later. I'm working on a couple different animations, but one definitely is of a rover falling into a crater. And that video is just to show why and how we need to do crater circling. And another video that I'll be working on, which is all storyboarded out, is getting informed consent from people who don't speak English or read or don't have an attention span in video form. And it should be pretty short. So hey, Disillusioned, and yes, Walker's voice will somehow, some way, be featured in the rover video, the beep boop. Because I wanted rover sounds. So, but yeah. I'm not streaming the 6th or the 13th because I will be in Seattle for AAS, which is the American Astronomical Society. And I believe this is their winter meeting, number 233, I think. I had to do the posters. Yeah, so that's what I'll be doing for the next 2 weeks, and then I'll finally be back, and then we can do fun stuff. But before I leave, I am covering the New Horizons stuff tomorrow night. So, yeah, there will be more dogs and more dog butts. Why are you licking the floor? Have some Cheerios. And yeah, we'll talk about space stuff tomorrow. So, I don't have a second countdown thing. Hey, Puck! Are you the bestest boy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are totally the bestest boy. He's like, all right, give me Cheerios. Urgh. The dogs are literally over there. Disillusioned writes, I read about how how the shutdown is affecting NASA, a skeleton crew to support the ISS astronauts. Yes. And that also affects the New Horizons coverage. I'm not entirely too sure if NASA TV is covering it, but the institution that's the essentially that hosts the PI for New Horizons will be broadcasting it. So yeah, most science research is affected, and I feel really bad for all the lab animals that are not getting fed, because this happened during the last shutdown. Just science happens with animals sometimes, and when people are not allowed to go in and feed those animals end up starving. Anyways, let's move on to brighter things, shall we? We shall. So, hey Zine, I do not have nearly enough... Where is it? I do not have nearly enough monitors. Aw, look at you, Tinker, being all cute. They probably realized Apod was just super cheap to keep up, and that... Did I click the right thing? I did not. It doesn't want to go full screen. Well, fine. We'll do it this way. Be that way. Don't want to go full screen over there? You'll go full screen over here! Or not. Alright, we'll just turn off the black box. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And it bothers me. Oh, it might help if I was using the right one too. There we go. Yeah, I can never have enough displays, and now chat isn't up, and chat, I think you're just going to have to deal with that fact. So... And as I get situated, because apparently I can never get situated enough in time. Good morning, Chai Latte Nebula. Also, if I owe any of you a mug, it will get mailed out next week. Yeah, they probably decided that Apod was pretty cheap to keep up, and they may have written a script to just keep posting images. I don't know, that's what I would have done. So, we are looking at, in addition to a Tinkerbell, we are looking at NGC 1300, and today's goal is to give it a black background. I am warning you now, I only do Photoshop, and I only work on this when I'm with you guys. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. We've previously imported this from Fits. We liberated them from the Fits files, and we imported it into Photoshop. And now we need to make, you know, things like the black background black. And that is literally my only goal for today, because I plan on chatting with you, and it is extremely difficult to do much more than, work a little bit on stuff before everything else. Hey, Fenring! Is that a fennec? Because if that's a fennec, that's adorable. Fluffy. Fluffy. You're not gonna get treats sitting over here by me, Fluffy. Tinker's got the right idea. It is a fennec. Fennecs are adorable. I think at one point I wanted one, and then I realized that they are indeed a wild animal. So, yeah. Alright, so I don't know. I think I've previously done this with levels. And I think the best way to do this is to zoom in. Which, excuse me while I figure out what the heck I'm doing. Is it Alt? No. No. Really? Really? Oh, now it zooms in. Fine, be that way. Hey, DPI! So for those of you that just tuned in, our donations went up. Also, I'm not going to be streaming for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, it zoomed way more than I wanted it to zoom. But, you know, this is okay, because we'll play with the levels on the red. I don't know what I did. What did I do? Hey, no. Don't do that. I know you have strong opinions on things. Here we go. This is what I want. Why is this giving me... Where does the New Horizon coverage start? Do you mean when? Because I can give you a better idea of when. It's okay. Oh Jesus, what did I do? That's my... Okay. This is my black. Zoom out. Hey! Things happened! Subscribe! Hey, Puck! You're missing out on the Cheerios! Thanks for the subscription! Alright. So while they're doing that, and... Wow, that really did help out a lot, and that was just an auto-use tool. That is so pretty. That is so pretty. 4 months in a row. Wow. Okay, so while I let you all admire that, I'm going to pull up the calendar real quick because I marked in the calendar when all of this stuff is happening, but I don't think I put it up on the Hangout calendar, and that's my fault. So first I find today. Tomorrow, let's see. We have Daily Space at... These are all Eastern time because this is where I live. Daily Space starts at 1300. NASA TV media briefing supposed to start at 1400. NASA TV New Horizons team Q&A is 1500, and then I know for sure I'm doing the 8 and 9 o'clock ones, and then I know for sure I'm doing the midnight 15 coverage. So it starts at 2 Eastern time and essentially kind of goes all day, which is kind of a bummer. And this is why Dr. Pamela and I will be tag teaming this. It's because we want to go out and enjoy our holidays like everybody else does. So Chai Latte Nebula asks, why do some galaxies have bars like this one does and others do not? That's a very good question. And I'm ashamed that I don't know the answer, because the astronomers I work with at Youngstown State University totally work with galaxies. It may have to do with formation. It may have to do with how they look after they've collided with another galaxy. I really don't know the answer. If someone in chat does know the answer, please, please share it, because I feel like I need to have this knowledge. And I am a little embarrassed that I don't have this knowledge. So, I don't know. I know just enough astronomy to be dangerous. And, yeah. I literally know enough astronomy to be dangerous. Paranor, the question was, why do some galaxies have bars and others do not? I almost feel like I need to bring in one of these days. Well, I'll have to do it from work. And next week would actually be a really good time for this. Yeah, actually, yes, please post the wiki link. I don't know why this is not doing the thing. Sample image black point. This is what I want my black point to be. No, because Veronica says, I thought it was how we were looking at them. No, because there are other galaxies that we see face on that don't have a bar. So, I don't know how helpful that information is. Oh, it might help if I had that layer turned on, huh? And if I was using the right layer. Way to go, Annie. Way to go. Alright, so we're going to turn this one off and turn this one on, and I'm still happy with that. So we're going to turn that one off and this one on. Actually, not just that. We're going to turn that off and this one on, and we're going to select the right one. The bar is, I'm going to read out YYZ's answer. The bar is thought to act as a mechanism that channels gas inwards from the spiral arms through the orbital resonance, in effect funneling the flow to create new stars. So, yeah, because reasons. Can we go with that? Because reasons. But yeah, thanks, totally thanks for that, YYZ. I definitely do appreciate it. No. Oh, there. That is perfect. We're leaving it alone. I'm going to zoom out so you guys can see this. And I'll show you the before and after. So this might actually go pretty quick. So this was before I messed with the levels, and this is after. And I'm going to turn on the layer above it, and that's what it looks like now. Kind of an orange thing with a black background, and because I'm aiming for the black background, this is exactly what we want. Yes! It is purty, isn't it? I feel like I'm getting faster at this too, which is definitely a good sign that I'm doing something right. And I think it would be super cool if I get fast enough that we can do one of these instead of like one taking 2 months, because that's about how it's taking with all the time I have to take off. Oh shoot, what did I do? It would be cool to do one of these like every week or so, every other week. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh my goodness, this green is amazing. Yeah, please no politics. That is the one thing I ask. Please no politics, because I'd rather talk about space and science, and you can ask me questions and I will show all my ignorance of all things astronomy related. I also think I'm quickly forgetting all of my computer science stuff. Also, before I forget, there may or may not be a human that just strolls through today. So, yeah. Yeah. Astronomy Cast 500. It's really bad. Astronomy Cast 500 glass. Still available in the store. DS is Daily Space. That is done literally every Monday through Friday. Literally. And if Pamela's not doing it, I'm doing it. Which sometimes gets interesting. There was a big computer nerd congress in Germany over the past few days. They had a few rather interesting low-level science talks. Yeah, that would have been awesome. I'll have to look into that DPI. Uncle Bill asks, favorite human. So favorite human is my favorite human. He is amazing. He will bring me coffee and breakfast in bed without, like, saying anything. When I was building my nephew's computer the other day, he brought me a latte. He went out to Starbucks and got me a white girl latte and brought it back. He is my favorite human. We may one day get married, but right now, you know, we're just kind of doing the living together thing, which is fine. I'm fine with this before anybody gets all up in arms. I guess his coworkers were giving him a hard time because they're like, what are you getting Annie for Christmas? Because I guess a lot of them expected that he would be getting me like a ring, and everybody at his work was like, what? No? Yeah, that would be the favorite human. But yeah, essentially my partner is who I would expect to walk in midstream. Because as I explained to my nephew the other night, my nephew is a favorite human, but he is not the favorite human. All right. Oh, that blue looks amazing too. Look at that. I'm quite happy with that. See if I can show before and after. It didn't do a whole lot, but it made everything in the background black, which is what we were going for. So, let's turn on. Oh, look at that. Oh, all right. I'm just going to pause and appreciate this image and the colorings on it for a second because that's such a pretty color. It is a really pretty color. Uncle Bill says, favorite human is a wonderful pet name title in my opinion. I think so too. Hey, Astro Bee! Called Chaos Communications Congress. They have mostly multi-language videos of all talks. Thanks. Thanks for sharing that. I will totally check that out later. So yeah, isn't this pretty? Isn't this pretty? I just had to pause long enough so so I knew you could all appreciate it. And I'm really liking how some of the features are coming out already. Like, yeah, the middle is really, really bright, and I don't know how I feel about that, but the black is very black. Hey, don't voice your opinion. I didn't ask for your opinion. You know, you got a lot of light coming out, you got a lot of dust coming in. Yeah. So, let me turn on another layer, and I'll just pause here for a little bit. So you guys can also get that appreciation. It's still a pretty blue, but it just brings out some white highlights. Do that once or twice, and then leave it. So, yeah, this is really coming together nicely. I really do think I am getting faster at this, which makes me very, very happy. Hey, it's Bits! Doggos love you, Veronica. Thank you for the bits. My dogs love you. We love you. Alright, I think that sat there for long enough for you guys to all see it. And I'll add this filter. Now it turned everything kind of a reddish. But I think this one was pretty red to begin with. Yeah, this is the pretty red filter. This one turned everything really red, which is fine. And oh, that's all of them. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's all the filters turned on. So we have we have a black background, which is definitely what today's goal was. And this is a little different than what I was expecting, but that's okay. I don't know where Tinker went. Puck is just inhaling all the Cheerios. If they could hear the alert sound for Bits, I think they would just start going nuts. They already know what it sounds like when I take the container off, or take the lid off of the container. Yeah, this is a pretty color. Not at all what I was expecting, but still a pretty color. I'm going to pull up if I can find it. NGC 1300. I'm going to pull up a comparison image. I want to link it in chat. And their comparison image does not nearly have as much purple as mine does, and that's okay. Yeah, I think my red levels might be a tad high too. It is kind of a coral image, isn't it? Yeah, the red is really overpowering everything, because if I take the red off... Wait, is it... Which one is red? Yeah, if I turn the red off, you know, we still get that nice blue. And we don't really see any yellow come out at all. Like the narrow band really makes things pop. So I think I'll leave the narrow band alone, because I really do think it just makes things pop. The swirls in this, in the reference image, are kind of brown. Mine are kind of Yeah, I think you're right. I think the red and the yellow are probably a little strong. And all right, let's see if we can mess with that. So I think I'm gonna need a curves. So I'm gonna turn off all the other layers so I can focus on what I'm working on. Yeah, that red is really, really red. And that's fine. Oh, I just got an alert that my nephew's playing Starbound, and I have no idea if that showed up on the stream. Oops. There may or may not be a way to remove foreground stars. That has not really been an issue for me in the past. Some of those might actually be galaxies, and I realized that my image is like flipped or mirrored compared to the reference image that I linked. And in the reference image, I can see some galaxies. So not all of those are stars. Some of them just look like background. Like I see maybe one star that I can pick out. Maybe 2 or 3, but still, I'm not too worried about it. All right, so we need an adjustment layer for levels. So new adjustment layer. No, not levels. Curves. Use previous layer as clipping mask. And there we go. You may want to put a color balance or what's its name on top of everything for final color corrections. Do you mean curves? Is that what you mean, Fenring? Because... No. What's a color correction? Hold up. Let me delete this. Color balance, or what's it called? Just a sec. Fenring is amazing because more than once I have gotten stuck in Photoshop and he's been like, just a second. Just a second. There's something you can do to fix this. We could hide a spaceship. We could hide lots of spaceship. I think he is talking about the color balance. So I'm going to go ahead and add that as an adjustment layer. And apparently there were Cheerios next to me. Oh, this is fun. So let's see what it looks like when I turn on all the other things. I just touched... I just put a color balance up there and we'll see what happens. Hey, that worked. Fenring? Fenring. If you're paying attention, that totally worked because now it looks a whole lot closer to the reference image. That totally worked. Yeah, that's gorgeous, isn't it? Paranor says, ugh, I suspect Pamela's painting may be put on hold today. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, this worked really, really well. And I just picked things. So yes, Fenring is today's MVP. All right. So, wow. And it pulled out a whole bunch of true colors for a lot of things. So let me, before I mess this up, let me save it. Let me save this because I am terrified I'm going to touch something and it's just going to go kerplot. Yeah, quick save it. Still saving. Still saving. So while I wait for it to save. Yeah. Save early, save often. And it's a huge file. And it's taking its good old time. It really did pull the detail out of the double bars. It really, really did. I would have never thought to use that tool. And save and post a link for the ping version, please. Do you guys think it's done? Because, I mean, we still have a whole 30 more minutes to go. There's a terrible part of me that's like, I want to mess with it more. I want to see what other details we can pull out. I kind of want to apply this tool to like every single layer now. Just to see what happens. It's still saving. This is a huge file. Here, Puck. YYZ says, no more touching. Fried hit. Wait, I just joined. I missed the epiphany. What was the technique? I added, while we're waiting for this to save, I added a color balance tool to my layer. So I'm going to turn off the color balance. So this is what it looked like before the color balance adjustment layer. And this is what it looks like afterwards. Puck's like, you promised me Cheerios, Mom. That only works on top where it sees all 3 channels. So even though it's an adjustment layer, it only affects... Wait. So if it's an adjustment layer, it still affects all the other layers? Because right now I have it as an adjustment layer, and it seems to be working for all the other layers. I can't word. And what I think you're saying is that I can't use it as an adjustment layer on all the layers. I think it only makes sense as a final touch. Okay. You know what? That makes sense. There's a terrible part of me that's like, well, we could play with curves. Or things. Oh, it's done saving, finally. And then it's like, hey, you changed things. So now I have to save it again. Alright. Bye, Astro B. Thanks for tuning in. Maybe this time it'll go faster. I think it's just angry because yeah, have a nice year transition. I like that. Yeah, have a nice year transition. I hope it's all happy things and no negative things. Because negative New Year's is never a fun New Year's. I feel sorry for all the bartenders on amateur night. Oh. Favorite Human and I are going out early. So we avoid all the crowds. And then last night, since I am still saving, last night we talked about, actually last night he told me that once he gets off of work today, he is off until we get back from Seattle. So I'm like, we could start celebrating tonight if you want. Which, for the record, I am not opposed to. I mean, I could make pizza again this week. Because I have bread rising, but I'll probably just make breadsticks or something. Yeah, I got the +1 all worked out, Paranor. AAS allows you to take a spouse/partner/guest. And it's like $60, I think. But compared to the $520 that it costs for me to go, that's just registration. That's not extra workshops. That's not the hotel. That's not transportation. That's just registration. Mind you, I have to take a flight, and we have to stay in a hotel, and all these other things. Yeah. So, hey! I heard bits! I heard bits! Thank you! So, yeah. Seattle should be fun. Alright, so now that it's done saving, I am going to tempt fate and try this on all the layers. Wait, what's this adjustments tab? Add an adjustment. Oh, duh. We can just do it through here too. So, new adjustment layer. Color balance. Color balance 2. We're going to turn off. I'm going to put this on top. Turn off all the other layers. Oops, not that layer. Oh, do we really need this on this layer? I am looking forward to our time in Seattle. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I've never been. Just for giggles. I don't think that really did anything. I've never been. I'm totally excited. Oh, it made it brighter. I see. Sorry, I'm just playing with sliders right now. Don't mind me. I've never been. I'm really excited. Etc, etc, etc. Oh. Well, I'm sorry you didn't win the mega bucks. I think I may have passed through Seattle's airport before. I can't quite remember. That may have been... It's a common stopover when you're flying to Alaska. And I am indeed flying Alaska Airlines, which makes me very, very happy. Sorry, give me 1 second while I add this, and then I'll look at chat. Yeah, it's usually a stopover when you're flying through to Alaska. And I will probably play with all of these sliders more. Once I add this last one. And I've been to Alaska, and I know I've been in Anchorage's airport, but I can't remember if I also switched planes in Seattle as well. Because I can't remember if I had a direct flight to Seattle. Oh, Navatas Veritas. I don't know how to do that. How to do the one-off Streamlab donation. You could also use Tiltify. Tiltify doesn't... Oh, not levels. Tiltify doesn't update... Hey, Taylor... You're not Taylor. You're Tanner. Why do I get you two confused? Tiltify doesn't add to the bottom thing, but it should all work. Paranor is saying that it shouldn't be asking for a monthly thing. I really don't know. I don't know enough to comment one way or the other. See, I want this on top. And... Alright, let's see. Let's see what a mess I made of things, shall we? Oh dear. Oh dear. What did I do? It's not that one. I am processing my thoughts. Alright, you wanna know what? I think you guys were right with the no more touching. So I'm, whoa, wait. That looks alright. I think when I did it before, it, like, just made this last bit pop. So I'm gonna get rid of those, or I'm just gonna leave those too. Hey, Tanner. Disillusion said, I like that purple and black. Alright, I'll bring back that purple and black feature just for you. It is kind of different. I'm not sure if it really... adds a whole lot. Chai Latte Nebula says, just looked outside and looks like it's going to be a very wet New Year's Eve, New Year's Day where I am, so probably won't see any fireworks from the big stadium where I can see from any of my windows. That's kind of a bummer. But rain is important. Yes, Tanner, I had to hesitate a bit. Yeah, RGB sliders would be pretty awesome on my keyboard. That one doesn't do much of anything that I can tell. So I'm going to leave that one off. And this one seems to be the one that is turning it purple. And you know what? It's pretty. Yeah, we're pretty close to, like, the right one. But there's something to be said for this. There's totally something to be said for this. So I can actually make... I'm going to export as pings right now. So I don't think you guys can see this. Let me look at my OBS. Nope, you can't see it. And my dogs have left. They have left me. I hear tippy taps. Are you gonna come sit on this? Are you gonna come sit in front of the camera while this loads? You're like, maybe. Are you gonna throw Cheerios in my general direction? Still process it. This is a really, really large file. Really, really large file. Like the dimensions are like 11,305 by 8,740. This is big enough to put on a planetarium dome without changing it up too much. Hey, thanks for the bits. You get showered on and tinker. There's a wild tinker. Alright, so we're going to scale this down to like, I don't know, 50%. That's still awfully big. Hey, thanks for the donation. The dogs love you too. Bits for dogs. Donations for dogs. Yeah, the dogs get stuff for pretty much everything. I'm still downsizing the image. I'm trying to find a size that isn't like absurdly huge. Oh, that's not gonna work. We're gonna do 25% because that should work as like desktop images. And it's still transforming. I see things happening in chat, but I can't see chat. Sorry, my dog. My dogs are voicing opinions and also thanking you for your donations. Really? I know you're excited, but you're really loud. Something about... Oh, Ping does the heaviest compression, so it's always slow. Yeah. Yeah. Christeri. I'm just gonna leave it as that. Christeri asks, do you know anything about the Ambry battery, how it's designed, or how it works so much better than normal batteries? So, and Paranor is chiming in with liquid metal battery, Ambry battery. So, that's an awesome question. And I don't know enough physics or chemistry to really. I didn't even know that was a thing, honestly. I don't know enough of any of that to answer anything. Um, my minor was in chemistry. I was not a very good chemist. So we're going to subtitle this one Purple. Purple. Yeah, we mostly do astronomy here. I am, and I know just enough astronomy to be dangerous. Which I always feel a little embarrassed admitting that. But I think that's a good thing. And I know that was Dr. Feldmeyer's bigger plan for when he pulled me in to do planetarium show stuff and astronomy stuff, is that it's important to have someone on your team that is not a content expert in whatever that is. I'm more useful to Pamela as someone that can make tech work and someone that can figure out how to make software and streaming and stuff work. And than I am with parsing through lots of astronomy data and knowing exactly how all the astronomy works. Like, that's how I'm more useful to Pamela. As far as Dr. Feldmeyer, and I really, really should get more in the habit of calling her Dr. Pamela. But yeah, that's how I'm useful to Dr. Pamela. As far as Dr. Feldmeyer, I am more useful to him as someone that understands science and has the ability and desire, I guess this applies to Dr. Pamela too, but has the ability and desire to try to communicate it and make it understandable for other people. Also, the fact that I have time and can make tech work. So, yeah, I have different strengths than the people that supervise me, employ me, or whatever, and that's okay. Because if I don't understand something astronomy related, there is zero chance that, I'm going to be able to explain it to you guys in a way that you can understand. My goal is to communicate science, and I don't have to know every single minor detail to explain like the broad strokes, because honestly, once you get down into it, like really drilling down into science, and that's your specialty, there are so many little different things you can follow, and it's insane. Like, on the broad side of things, I like chemistry, but I realize that I really only care about chemistry when it comes to cooking. So, yeah, I like I like mapping out chemical reactions, but I am terrible in the lab. I break so much glassware. It's terrifying. And yeah, that's okay, because I don't break everything in my kitchen, and having that understanding of chemistry does help me cook. And actually cooking in things helps me understand chemistry, and there's certain ways I've changed my cooking because of all the chemistry I know. Like, I will pre-measure everything out because that's what I did in lab to try to save myself time. And now I do it at home simply because it makes my life easier. It's like, instead of stopping in the middle of a recipe and measuring out 3 cups of sugar, I'll already have that 3 cups of sugar measured out. And as a side note, measuring out like my dry ingredients ahead of time helps when I want to bake cookies, but I don't feel like I'll have the time or energy. So I always view that as doing a favor for my future self. This is one less thing I have to do, one less barrier to making cookies, which now I want to bake cookies. Anyways, I'm going to save this image or export it as a ping. And then I'm going to look through chat because I see that it's gone. I see that it's scrolled by me. So that window has popped up. Yes, chemistry and ratios are super important in baking. So I'm going to scroll up. Yes. Also, everything except for hydrogen and helium is metal according to astronomers, and they're not wrong. Chai Latte Nebula says, I've tried taking chemistry at university. I ended up withdrawing because my brain was all, nope! Honestly, I prefer maths to chemistry, and I'm not the world's biggest fan of maths. I kind of feel you there. I used to be terrified of calculus, and it's not so bad. Alright, we're going to call this one... I don't know. Blue? Yeah, we'll call this one blue. Oh, and thank you. Yeah, thank you for loving my dog. I love him too. He's cute and fluffy, and kids always want to pet him, which is mildly terrifying. I did save. Okay. So we're going to save this again. And we'll pull chat in front of my face. When the sugar caramelizes, Craigasm. Oh, yes. Caramelized sugar? Oh, yeah. Toast variety platter. 1 part butter, 1 part peanut butter, 1 part apple butter. Yes, apple butter is totally a thing. Apple butter is, Hey, JStar69! We're talking about apple butter and staring at pictures of things. Yeah. DPI. YYZ is exactly right. Make applesauce and keep cooking it down. Eventually it'll turn brown. You add spices and it is delicious, and it has kind of a thick consistency depending on how long you cook it. And it is super easy to bake, and you can do it in a slow cooker. Cooking with Annie! Ta-da! By the way, J-Star, this is not normally what we talk about. Not at all. So, alright. So we made ourselves a purdy. We went above and beyond the black background. We have about 10 minutes left. Well, 12. So, my file is still saving. Disillusions asks, can we name this galaxy the Apple Butter Galaxy? Sure, why not? NGC 1300 is now the Apple Butter Galaxy, thanks to Disillusioned. So yes. You wanna? I'm just gonna go ahead and switch scenes because it's gonna take forever to save, and that's okay. So, and now we're switching. We've switched. Oh wow, you are getting a lot of your butt on camera, buddy. Okay, so because we're essentially done with this image, I could touch it some more, but that was quick. Wow, that was what, 2 sessions of me messing with this image, once getting it into Photoshop and another session just editing. I am getting super quick at this. Oh, excuse me. Alright, cool. So, rather than pick an object now and have me forget in 2 weeks, go ahead and send your suggestions to me in bad auto mod. Go ahead and send me your suggestions in Discord, because if it's not written down, I won't remember it. We can do planets. Planets would be a new thing because we've done a couple galaxies so far. I'm open to doing planets. I'm open to doing galaxies. Some images, some objects just may not work out. Don't be afraid to just throw a bunch of stuff at the wall, and we'll look them all up on the thing and on the different places that I get data from, and we'll see what'll work and what won't work. I may or may not be able to get into Pyraph and Iraph before then. I think I may have to set up a... Actually, for Pyraph, I don't have to set up a virtual machine. But Pyraph and Iraph to remove like cosmic hits or cosmic ray hits and stuff like that. Disillusion says Photoshop a moon landing picture to add Marvin the Martian in the background. You know what? Save that for early April, because why the heck not? I don't even know what day of the week April Fool's lands on. It lands on a Monday. You wanna know what? Don't care. We'll do it March 31st. That's what we're doing, March 31st. But I'm gonna need something to work on before then. Oh no, things are clicking and happening. Yeah, go ahead, suggest things in Discord. You're more than welcome to join our Discord. And yeah, it's where we hang out. That's where you can talk to myself and Pamela and the other project scientists. If you want to get on some late night Uno games, that's also where you want to be paying attention to. And we're all friendly. We don't bite. I promise. But yeah, go ahead and send me suggestions there. Astro YYZ is asking, have I done any planetary nebula yet? I have not. That's actually... I'm gonna open up Discord now. And, there's no general thing. We'll just dump it in general. Yeah, there's no really channel for my stuff yet, so imaging suggestion, bye. Because I know Astro YYZ is on here. I'm tagging you. Planetary nebula. They are pretty. And I would love to do a planetary nebula. So, yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I will probably post pictures to Discord and such while I'm at AAS in Seattle. We may or may not go on adventures. We're going to be there in Seattle for a couple extra days. So we're going to... Hey! Puck, Veronica really loves you. I think everybody just wants to see Puck Butt as he digs for... Oh, and there goes Tinker. As he digs for Cheerios. But yeah, we're going to spend a couple extra days in Seattle doing touristy things because I'm not entirely convinced that we'll be able to do the things during the conference. So yeah, I'll send you guys pictures. I'll probably keep people updated in Discord and all the fun things. Hooray! But yeah, that's pretty much all I had for you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow, and then we'll do imaging in 2 weeks. So yeah! YYZ says, have a safe, fun trip. I totally plan on having all of that. Okay, this has been a production in association with Planetary Science Institute, working in collaboration with Youngstown State University. PSI is a private nonprofit 5013 corporation dedicated to solar system explorations, headquartered in Tucson, Arizona. And the rest of that's in the chat. Yeah, thanks for streaming. Follows are free. Follow us on the social medias. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon. And now we awkwardly flip to credits. And there's still no music. Do 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 do. Why didn't I set this up yet? Do 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 do. Still looking for the credits. Oh, I didn't hit transition. That might help. Still didn't find the credits. There we go. Do 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 ba ba da ba bow. Come do science, we do science, we like doing science. Come for the fluffy dog, stay for the science. Come for the fluffy dog, stay for the science. Do 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 do. Puck thinks this is hilarious, and you all do too. All right. Thank you all. I'll see you next time.